right, ladies and gentlemen, so your due now for today is right here. It says order the polygons by the number of sides. So in front of you, you all have a set of polygons, and you're going to put them in order from the most amount of sides to the smallest to the least amount of sides. I'll give you about 2 minutes to do this, and then we'll go over them together. Last two I know are a little tricky, so you might want to check your the ones at the end and double check how many sides they have. It's a little tricky to cut for me, so if you need to double check, you can. And the colors don't matter either. Alright, so let's discuss. How was this? Can you raise your hand and let me know? Was this easy to do? Was this hard to do? What did you notice? Or what do you notice with all the shapes, with all the polygons? Go ahead, Christina.
They have different sides.
They have different sides, yeah.
Numbers of sides.
The numbers of sides. So you got, what do you have for your very first polygon?
The first one is 10.
You've got 10 sides. What about 8.5? Do you have 10 sides for your last one as well?
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder what that polygon could be called. What is your next polygon, Hawk? What do you have? How many sides does it have? 8 sides. I wonder if that's a hexagon. Now, what do you notice? We start with what? What's the one with the least amount of? It's a triangle. And as we add more and more sides, what happens to the shape? What does it look like?
It has a pattern that, like, as if increasing now.
I'll come back to you. Somebody else has it. Go ahead.
Actually, the more sides they have, the more they look like a square.
Like a square?
Oh, like a circle.
Like a circle, yeah. So we're going to kind of check this out a little bit. For those of you, has anybody taken the chemistry regents yet? Or not chemistry, I'm sorry, geometry regents. None of you have. Okay, perfect. This is great. This is a good one. So you can keep those in front of you. You can push them to the side a little bit. I'm going to give each one of you one of these activity sheets. And we're going to go through this together. Can anyone explain to me in their own words what is a polygon? Because this is what we're using. We're in high school now. We don't say shapes. We don't talk about shapes. We use polygons. We want to use this really rich vocabulary. What is a polygon?
Polygon is a shape that has multiple sides.
Okay, any other ideas?
Close angles. Straight lines.
So a polygon, what was the first thing that you said?
A shape that has multiple sides.
Shape with multiple sides. And then Anna, you added that it was closed, right? What do you mean by closed?
There are no gaps between each side.
Yeah, so is this a polygon? Thumbs up if it's a polygon, thumbs down if it's not. Right, this is not. What about thumbs up, thumbs down? This is a polygon because this is closed. All the sides connect. This one's not because it's open. Something could get loose and fall out of it. Okay? So not a polygon. Yes, a polygon. Okay? Anything else that we should... Oh, you have a question?
Yeah. So these special kinds of polygon, do we have a name for it?
That's right in front of you. This is a polygon, and then we're going to talk about a bunch of different types of polygons. You might hear people talk about regular versus irregular polygons.
That's irregular.
Why is this irregular?
Because
sure. Any other ideas why this is irregular and this is regular? Another guess?
Oh, each sides are equal, so they're.
Yes, I know I'm not a perfect artist, but each side of this polygon is equal, which is different than this one. We've got a little line here versus a long line here. So regular polygons, and on the bottom of your sheet, you'll see additional notes if there's anything you want to add, the difference between regular and irregular polygons. So I'm glad you're using that. Okay, so we've got multiple sides, they're closed. If there's any additional information as we go along, we can add that. I'll wait before I erase.
Actually, I just want to ask if a polygon is like that, or a polygon, irregular polygon is like that. Do you have a name for this kind of things which is like have angles inside?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's a different lesson. Yeah, and but your picture brings me to another point about polygons, is that they have to have straight sides. So if we were to have this shape, we could look at A's rule and say, well, it's closed. And then we could look at Hoff's rules and it says it's got multiple sides, but is this actually a side? No, it's not a straight line. We want to have only straight sides or straight lines. So that's important as well. Okay, we're good with the concept of polygons because we're about to talk about a bunch of different polygons. That's what we're going to do now. Which you've already been able to hang out with today for up to now. Which is pretty cool. Right? Yeah, it was really fun. I love putting them in order. Cool. Great class. Okay, so if you look at the very, very first polygon on your activity sheet, we've got, well, if you look at this, it says polygon, and then next to it is your native language translation. So if it's easier for you to put whatever this polygon is plus whatever, in Chinese, whatever the characters for that, then go for it. That's fine with me. We've got the actual graphic with the pictures of the polygon, how many sides, how many angles, and then degree of angles, which we'll get into, and then any tricks that you have to remember these. I'm going to give you some of my tricks for how I remember, and maybe those will help you if you've got different ones. Use them. I love it. So the very first one is, a triangle. So here's how you spell triangle. 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 If you know any the Chinese character, I don't know what it is, but feel free to put that in there if it's easier for you to remember. What about the degree? Does anyone know how to figure out the degrees?
180.
What's 180? The entire, so the entire, all of the angles, there's how many angles in a triangle? There's 3. So adding all those together, it will equal 180. What's a single angle? How would we figure that out? Yeah, 180 degrees divided by 3 will tell us how many degrees is one angle.